industry then says to Ursula von der Leyen or whomever, we have a solution for your problem, or African leaders. We have a solution that will allow you to take an action, even though it may not be an effective action, to address the fear in your population. I think this is why we saw the heavy-handed, this is a major factor in why we saw the heavy-handed response in Brussels, where far more doses of vaccine were purchased than were necessary. I think, and if you trace it, you can see it in the contracts all over the world, where, for instance, Pfizer was able to require that nation states provide terms and conditions involving their own equity, property. If you look at those contracts, many of these nations were forced to agree to put up harbors, airports, as a guarantee that they would follow the terms and conditions of the contract, which included prohibition of investigation of safety and effectiveness and reporting of adverse events. The only way that I can understand and explain this is that these government actors, like Ursula von der Leyen, were acting in pressure to overlook their own interests and respond to what they saw was a public crisis, but it wasn't really a public crisis. The crisis was manufactured. Now, we know the virus was manufactured largely as a bioweapon through funding from the United States government, among others, in China, in cooperation with EcoHealth Alliance and University of North Carolina and UC Davis. Okay, that's established now. We have intelligence agencies across the world that are agreeing to this. But what we have yet to understand is the dynamics of why the fear was so actively promoted, and how that fear of death was used to control politicians by forcing the populace into this fear state. I call this psychological bioterrorism. And I suggest that this must stop. We must make it clear that it is not acceptable to actively promote the fear of death as a way to market products and as a way to market policy like the passports, central bank digital currency, lockdowns, etc. So that's what I wish to close with that I hadn't covered is I really strongly suspect that we are now entered into an age in which psychological warfare technology and propaganda and censorship are being used as a component of pharmaceutical industry marketing. Over.
Thank you, Dr. Malone. Pausa caffè.